version and a more recent version. That is 2015 is said to be. So, yes, we're going to do Captain Canuck. Bum, 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 bum. So, let me share this out live. We'll share on. And what sort of inspired this is the fact that, of course, seeing somebody dressed as sort of that and the Captain Canuck booth at Toronto Comic Con. Okay, let's put our headphones on. And let's. There we go. Let's get down to business, eh? Okay, so, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to do. So, I think what we'll do is we'll have Captain Canuck 75 here. And we'll have the other Captain Canuck here. Pumpkin Fist. Of course, hand on hip. It's down a little. There we go. There we go. Okay, so what? I'm not going to show you. Oh, I'm not having anything specifically for the pose that I'm using. The poses. But here's something with both costumes on. There we go. Okay. Now, the new one does seem to be a little taller. Let's now I'm gonna look at him. Let's see, let's scale him down a little bit. And there's something I didn't do. I can make a totally new layer for going around the Canuck. Let's like this, just okay. There we go. Da, 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 da. Do, do. I am live, right? Yeah, okay, just nobody's here yet. Don't know why I'm surprised nobody's here. For whatever reason I am. Okay. We can take that out from him. The skeleton. But unfortunately, because we did forget to take the skeleton out of the other guy, we can't do that. So, let's see, what are we going to do here? Well, first of all, we need to put. Okay. Um, so, we got the maple leaf.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, Fitzjozo. How are you?
Nick,
Pardon?
what are you drawing today?
Captain Canuck. Both versions. The more modern
Okay,
version and the 1975 version.
you look that up.
Pardon?
Let me look that up. I said,
Okay.
okay. So Canadian superhero. Mm, speaking of that, what I was at, what I was asking, well, I mentioned I was asking this, this some other Discord server, if like doc about Doctor Who. It's like Doctor Who's actually only show up in one Death Battle episode. If you don't know, yeah, he's only been in one episode.
Oh.
goes against Rick for Rick and Morty. So I obviously, when the episode first dropped, I already knew Rick was going. They was going to have Rick lose because these two characters are not written the same way. So you're not scaling two scientist characters against each other. You're scaling a scientist character versus a wizard.
Yeah.
Because Rick's devices are all half of them are explaining in detail, even the ones that aren't or have defined uses. Whereas Doctor Who devices can just do literally anything and have no explanation. It's just magic.
Yeah.
Disney. So also I did more research and today and apparently Frank and Fran was created as a parody of Blackjack by Osamu Tezuka. So
Who?
I'm not sure if you ever read that manga.
Probably not.
Blackjack. Mm. That's about a guy who's a doctor. He's a surgeon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he operates on people, and he has cure diseases. And that's the premise.
Oh, well, sounds like it could be interesting.
That was that. It's a very old manga, like from like the 70s.
Ah.
Oh, but I'm still apparently Made in Abyss is like switching to like a movie series or something. Made in
Uh-huh.
Abyss is one of my favorite anime.
Oh,
You don't know,
cool. Huh?
but because the manga comes out so infrequently. Like I don't remember what happened in the last chapter. This comes out so infrequently. I
Uh,
think that because the art is so detailed, it takes so long for that manga to come out. It's like how new chapters come out. It's like anything, it's serialized story. So I'm like,
well, I guess that's good. Is it good, bad, in between?
do you know what Made in Abyss is about?
Nope.
Oh, it's about okay. It's fancy in this fancy world. You have a, a place called island called Orf, and this was just this huge city built around this hole, a giant pit chasm, this hole in the ground, full of monsters, and there's a supernatural curse force field. And if you, every time you try to go up in the chasm, it gets sick, and the effect gets worse the deeper you are.
Uh,
Um, and it's full of monsters that are full of creatures that evolved there that are all immune to the supernatural effect. The only work the supernatural curse only works on humans because they're not from there,
uh,
from the not from the abyss. And the abyss and this little girl named Rico uh wants to become an adventurer, wants to become a high level delver, just like her mother was apparently was, and go to the bottom of the abyss and abyss and Skull. Skull was at the bottom, even though she's not gonna be able she's not gonna be able to return home and tell the story. Because if you get too deep, you die when you try to go up.
well, maybe she's
And she
hoping.
goes along. and she goes on that adventure with like this robot, this cyborg boy who's a boyfriend or something, or like a love interest.
Sounds like it could be interesting.
I mean, it's one of my favorite animes, but it's still ongoing,
Oh, that's good. I take it.
unfortunately. Yeah, it's about. It just takes so long for the manga chapters to come out. Yeah, Bondrew's from that. If you don't know,
Ah, nope.
that
Uh,
that cat, yeah.
uh, Unfortunately, I do not know a lot about a lot of animes. And the few animes that I do know about, I don't even know a lot about those.
Mhm, mhm.
But hey, that's all right, you
Yeah,
know.
you
So
only drawing, yeah, you only really drawing manga characters to get attention now from people who like anime. So so if you should just take the most popular things ever right now, which is like Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever. I think Chainsaw Man just ended.
yeah,
Even though I don't like them personally. I don't like them personally. You try and get attention here, so you know, to get
yeah.
attention, you got to pick the most popular characters ever. Most popular characters currently.
I don't care whether
Not popular characters.
I don't care when
Not
they were
yeah.
popular.
So
I don't care when they were popular myself because if they're endeared in somebody's heart, that person is looking for that character, somebody drawing it or whatever. So hopefully I'll be that person that they find. And
mm,
sometimes it's just gonna strict my fancy too.
mm,
Although I don't know nothing, I don't usually learn anything about the characters before I start to draw them. But some I've known about for quite some time, and some I haven't. So it is what it is. And did I did all that costume on a layer. I wasn't supposed to. Oh well.
but uh, the thing about anime is that usually you probably haven't read any manga or watched any anime that don't involve superheroes. So I assume you probably don't hasn't watched anything outside My Hero Academia or
I,
maybe One Punch Man or something.
well,
That's like
I've
a fair deal
watched a
superhero.
little bit of JoJo. I watched Astro Boy when I was younger. I watched Voltron when I was younger. What else did I watch? Gatchaman, although that's sort of superhero esque. I think there's a couple others that I've seen when I was I've seen a little bit of Sailor Moon, but for the most part, yeah, most of it's been uh, superhero esque that I've watched.
Yeah,
Oh,
my favorite anime is like
and I
uh
watched Cowboy
my favorite
Bebop.
because everyone has to see that, even though I personally don't find it interesting at all. Like I couldn't get past Coward Bebop episode one. So yeah, uh, my favorite anime is Monster, which I bet some people in the chat here have probably seen. I don't think modern people with modern attention spans could even watch it though.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Uh,
know
my,
whether
my,
any.
my
I don't know if anybody in the chat's seen it because nobody's talking in the chat. So if there's
Monster
anybody,
is about Monster is about a doctor named Kenzo Tenma. It's set in Germany, back in the 90s. But the first part segment takes place 10 years earlier, back in the 80s. But anyways, set in Germany. Uh, uh, Set in Germany, a Japanese doctor in Germany named Kenzo Tenma has to choose between saving the life of the mayor and the life of a little boy who got shot in the head. And the little boy came in first, so he saves the life of a little boy. Then 10 years later, it turns out that boy was a serial killer
uh,
and has continued to kill people for the last decade. And 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 now the doctor has to fix his mistake. It seems, and that's the premise.
huh.
So, what do you think of that premise?
That's definitely unique. Probably not something that I would be interested in, but like somebody who is into the show Dexter would probably be into that.
No, 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 no. But the serial killer is not the main character. That's the thing. He's the antagonist.
Yeah, he's still a
Mm.
main character in a sense.
He's the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Kenzo has to stop him somehow. That-
Yeah, but they both got serial killers in it as sort of the main character. Yes, one's a good guy, one's a bad guy. But the doctor's got to figure out how to stop the bad guy
mm.
one.
Stop Johan. The bad guy's named Johan. Mm. And he goes on this quest across Europe to stop this guy from accomplishing his evil plans. But he has a greater plan. He's not just randomly killing people. Johan has minions working for him and stuff.
Uh, Leave it to a serial killer to recruit minions.
But Johan's not just a serial killer. That's the thing. We learned that he's not just a serial. He is, but he's not. That's more to it than that. He's basically, imagine like a realistic. Imagine like the Hugh Ledger version of Joker or something. Ledger version of Joker or something like that. He's almost a supervillain.
Uh,
Yeah, you think he's just a single guy? Like, no, he actually has money because he. Yeah, but I'm not like that. I don't want to get into spoil. He actually has money. He has henchmen and stuff.
huh.
And Doctor has to figure out how to stop this guy. It was a great show. It has 74 episodes. That's why I said it's not for, I don't think modern people can watch. It's a complete story. I think the manga was already complete, almost complete by the time they made the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's a complete story, but I don't think anyone can has that can get through 74 episodes.
I think if they could get through 74 episodes or whatever, Dexter, they could probably get through
Again, it's
that.
not like Dexter at all.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah, it's not like Dexter
mm,
in the fact that in this case the good guy is not a serial killer. The good guy is trying to stop the serial killer. Dexter,
exactly.
the good guy
Mm,
in this case with Dexter, the good guy so to speak, is the good guy. And they did a show that had what 3 or 4 seasons or more. So I think they can get through a few seasons of people trying to stop somebody trying to actually stop a serial killer.
Yeah, the show's called yeah. The show is old. It's old anime. It came out 2004, but the show's called Monster. That's what it's called. I just stopped them. Stop them.
Yeah, let's see. How many seasons did Dexter have? Not Dexter's Laboratory, of course. Dexter. And then they did a mini series to it. Two in the prequel series.
How many episodes in total?
2006 to 2013.
That's seven
Uh,
years.
8 seasons. 96
Mm.
episodes.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. But keep in mind, Monster's not it's not really an episodic story. Monster is a serialized story about one hero trying to stop one villain.
yeah, I get that. And then it had 3 spin-offs that were 10 episodes each. So 30, 126 episodes of Dexter in total with, like, so if they can, somebody can get with watching Dexter, I think they can get with watching the one that you're describing.
That show is literally just called Monster. So it's not hard. It's not hard to pronounce the name. It's
No,
literally one English word.
yes, but it was remembering the name, the word. My pet monster, a monster of a friend. That's what I think of. The cartoon, My Pet Monster.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of characters on Monster. They all have unique faces because Naoki Urasawa always creates unique faces for all of his characters. Like so you can literally recognize who that character is. It does not look like a generic anime.
Uh,
Look almost look more like I think more like Dick Tracy almost, kind of like a more realistic Dick Tracy. If that makes sense.
yeah, because Dick Tracy was, I'd say, a little over the top, or maybe a lot over the top.
I mean, Dick Tracy was literally a comic strip that went on for decades about a detective who kills who kills a bunch of ugly criminals.
Did he actually kill them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he would oftentimes kill them. I've asked this question a couple times before, but like, who has a higher body count, Dick Tracy or Judge Dredd? Like, the medical answer: whoever's been running longer. So, yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. Well, probably Judge Dredd would probably have a higher body count because he Tracy would probably kill one or two characters per thing, per comic or comic strip. Where I think
Hmm.
Dredd would probably kill several in one thing to get at the bad guy. But I could be wrong. The more question is who would have the higher body count? Um, Judge Dredd or the Punisher?
I assume Judge Dredd because he can just do it openly. But the thing is, Dick Tracy and Judge Dredd are both law enforcement. So,
Yeah, well, what's his name is sort of law enforcement, not officially, but if
Punisher,
it,
no, uh, Punisher is like a violent vigilante. He's not sanctioned by the law at all.
well, that's what my
He's
point was. He considers himself law enforcement, but he's not official law enforcement.
mhm. But same with like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, well, Ghost Rider is supposed to be sort of sanctioned by Satan or whatever, some demon.
But
It's
he's technically I think the original backstory for the old Ghost Riders that they're supposed to be an avenging angel inside a human body, a human body. Now, it was an angel that was imprisoned by the devil, and but and it was tortured by the devil. But it doesn't act like a demon should because it's not a demon.
uh, but then again, as far as I'm concerned, most of the time, in comics and TV, they don't have demons acting the way that they should. Heck, just the character of the demon doesn't act the way a demon should.
But in universe, I don't think the original Ghost Rider for the original Ghost Riders first two were demons. I think they were literally angels. I
Oh,
think they were literally angel that the devil had imprisoned and imprisoned in hell and Manson in prison in hell. And then he put into Johnny Blaze's body.
yeah, that really makes no sense. The devil could not. If God wanted a what you call it, out an angel out of his person, God would have him out. I don't think the devil could actually really keep him in there, but uh, the first Ghost Rider is a stunt motorcyclist, Johnny Blaze, who agrees to give his soul to Satan, later revealed to be the archdemon Mephisto.
Hmm.
Uh, Publication to the cage. Now I know there was supposed to be one that operated during the Wild West era too,
No,
but
no. The old Ghost Rider, the original Ghost Rider was like literally just a guy in a cowboy in a white suit, in an all white costume who rode a horse, a white
uh,
horse. That's
Yeah.
the original Ghost Rider.
Following the Western Comics character who originally used the name, the first Ghost Rider is Johnny Blaze. I'm just trying to figure out who the what was the one that what was his name that rode the horse?
I don't know. I don't know the name of the real name of the original Ghost Rider.
Uh,
Put in Golden Age Ghost Rider. Just type that in.
Ghost Rider was created by Roy Thomas and first appearing in Marvel Spotlight 19. The Ghost Rider 1950. Rex Fury. Previously,
Oh, his name was literally Rex Fury.
yeah, and he was previously the Calico Kid. So
Just like the coolest name ever, like Rex Fury.
let's see. Magazine Enterprises created and published Rex Fury Ghost Rider in 1949. So and fell into public domain, currently used by many small publishers like AC Comics, who used him as a haunted horseman since 1980. The AC Comics changed Rick's first Fury to the haunted horseman since Marvel Comics owns the Ghost Rider trademark. Nick Fury's profile in the official handbook of Marvel Universe A to Z number 4 proves the existence of a Phantom Rider named Rex Fury in the 616 continuity.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just trying to find a little bit of history on him. Powers, good gunfighter, expert with whip, lasso, skilled horseman, used various tricks to appear like being supernatural. Rex Hart was a federal marshal who, for reasons best known to himself, created the masked identity kit, Callisto Kid, and apparently cowardly gunslinger who wandered from town to town with his Chinese sidekick Sing Song, doing good deeds in spite of his better judgment. So he wasn't
Yeah, you
seen.
always had the non-white caricature stereotype sidekick.
So really, he doesn't look like he was supernatural at all. So
I
according to
know. He was just a cowboy with white clothes on.
yeah, so the original Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider by Marvel, made a deal with Mephisto, thinking who was portraying himself off as Satan. So
Well, he is Marvel Satan, so that's the thing. They try to say he's not because they don't want to confirm whether or not Christianity is true or not. But he literally is Satan
Yeah.
in Marvel Universe. Now, Mephisto is Satan, so in the Marvel Universe, there's no getting around that.
Uh-huh. Well, I just sort of go by what the article said or what I got from it. So, anyways, according to that article, according to Wikipedia, the original Marvel Ghost Rider will say it was a demon, not a quote
Mm.
unquote angel. So,
Uh, okay. What's the demon? The news name starts with a Z. Let me get what's his name? I forgot his name. I always forget his name. Starts with a Z. That was inside. What's inside Ghost Rider?
oh, let's see. Okay, this is several Johnny Blaze. Publication is uh, Ghost Rider. Name of a superhero. The first supernatural Ghost Rider is the stunt motorcycle Jenny Blease, who agrees to sell his soul to Saint. Later is revealed to be the archdemon Mephisto to save his life. And Blaze
No, no, not
finds.
talking about Mephisto. I'm talking about the Spirit of Vengeance. What is the Spirit of Vengeance? I know his name. The Spirit of Vengeance name starts with a Z. I forgot the
Yeah.
name, the actual.
Well, I'm reading through the. I was reading through it to try and figure that out, but I looked down a little bit. Zathros,
Oh, okay, Zathro.
Zarata.
Yes, look up this thing bio on Zathros.
Zathros is a character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. He is usually depicted featuring a character known as Ghost Rider, a demonic being who tortures and devours souls. Zathro first appeared in Marvel Spotlight. Fictional character biography. The physical stone body of the demon Zarathos had lain inert and inanimate beneath the earth for eons until his spirit was summoned by the Native American tribal sorcerer named Canuck to help his tribe. Zatho was offered steady supply of souls to consume in exchange for his aid in vanquishing enemies of the
Oh,
souls.
okay. I guess I might be mixing it up with the second the second Supernatural Ghost Rider, the third Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch. I think that's what the issue is.
Yeah. The subsequent
Now Danny Ketch, I think.
the subsequent
Mm,
Ghost Rider features Danny
mm,
Ketch, a news Ghost Rider after his sister was injured by gangsters. Ketch comes in contact with a motorcycle that contains the essence of the spirit of vengeance. Blaze reappears in the 90s series as a supporting cast. Uh, just a spirit of vengeance. Doesn't say much else about the character thing's name.
mm, yeah.
I'll go down in here a bit. Da-da-da.
Yeah,
It
but
is
Ghost Rider. Okay, he's got
in '97. It
okay.
is December 97 is revealed to be Marvel's incarnation of the Angel of Death. Judgment are cooperative with each other. Okay. I was thinking it was going to say.
Oh, oh, okay. Man, they retcon this stuff so often. Like they keep just changing the backstory for some reason.
Yeah.
But some, but okay, okay. Okay, Ghost. Okay, apparently Ghost Rider originally was a demon. Okay,
Yeah. Uh,
just, and they retcon this stuff so often.
yeah, I know. Sometimes it's hard to keep up. And sometimes we think it's one thing and then we don't realize later it's another.
Mm. But Ghost Rider has been basically turned to a corpse lot longer than any other no, long for any other Marvel Comics character. I think they had a Ghost Rider corpse like in the early 2000s when they first introduced that concept or something.
Yeah, I think it was just I saw something about that there. Oh,
Like there's a ghost like
Salma
there's
Romero.
theoretically a Ghost Rider. Who said?
Yeah. Sal Romero. During World War II, a soldier named Sal Romero operated as Ghost Rider after being reanimated as one after his death in order to protect someone named Leo, the mother of horrors, summons Romero and other monsters to look for the fractured son. Only to,
Yeah,
only
yeah,
for
yeah. Yeah. If you don't know, yeah. But I said, I mean, Ghost Rider's a corpse. I mean, I think everywhere has a Ghost Rider. That's literally what Marvel has they, but they don't do anything with that concept. Unlike DC with Green Lantern Corps, they don't do anything with the concept that everywhere has a Ghost Rider.
yeah. Well, this is just different times or whatever, different people becoming it, and it's not consistent to how like where Green
Mm.
Lantern's consistent about oh it's a ring that well nowadays anyways. Of course, first Green Lantern and then when they made the core are different, but all these Ghost Riders have like all they have in common is the
Different.
name. All they have in common is the name. How they get their powers is
Like
always different. And the other
yeah,
thing that
like Robbie Reyes, the Mexican Ghost Rider, they decided to use in the Age of Shield TV show. He's possessed by the ghost of a dead human serial killer.
not even sure that it says that much here. Uh,
No, literally, that's Robert Reyes. This is backstory. He's possessed by the ghost of a dead human serial killer.
okay, Robbie Reyes here says the ghost of Eli Morrow that inhabits Robbie's body is not, according to Johnny Blaze, a true spirit of vengeance. Regardless, he gives Robbie several abilities similar to that of other Ghost Riders, including the power to manifest and control chains and thin knives and sickles. Black muscle car that Morrow's ghost initially inhabits is likely linked to Robbie's ghost Rider form allowing him to instantly teleport or merge with the car. Da, 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 da. I don't even think it says about Eli is able to take full control of Robbie's body. I don't think there's anything here about Eli.
Yeah, you can look up the spirit, individual spirits by bio. So
Okay, alright. I'll grab the name. See whether we can get anything. Well, in the cinematic universe, Eli Morrow was the maternal uncle of Robbie.
but I don't no, it's not really the Marvel Cinematic Universe concerning the Agents of Shield is not considered canon.
Yeah, well, it is in the cinematic universe. Yeah, it is considered canon.
Yeah, but they don't consider that canon anymore. Like Agents of Shield, because movies don't didn't not acknowledge any of the TV shows before Disney Plus. So Agents of Shield, the Netflix shows, none of them they don't really mean anything.
They still seem to be upholding what they've done with them, from what I can see, anyways. But anyway, it's just and this is a more MCU wiki that I'm on too, saying this. It's the maternal uncle of Robbie and Gabe and a former employee at Momentum Labs. Witnessing the experiment stepped by his co-workers, Morrow began to crave power for himself and betrayed colleagues, turning them into ghost-like entities before attacking.
That's not the backstory of Robbie's spirit in the comics. The backstory of Robbie's spirit is that he's literally just a serial killer's ghost.
Here's 616. What it says about
Exactly.
Eli Morrow was a criminal and devil worshiper operating out of East Los Angeles. His brutal demise at the hands of whatever Igor, what I can't pronounce it. Organization. His spirit superly inhabited a Dodge Charger that fell into the possession of his nephew, Robbie Reyes, bonding with another.
Exactly. That's the actual story. I know he's a devil worshiping murderer. Yeah, that's the comic story. He's a devil worshiping murderer. Which
Well, it doesn't say here. It doesn't say he was a murderer. It just says a criminal. At least with
mm,
what I'm reading at the moment.
mm,
And he was the uncle. That part was true still.
mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, doesn't say what. Doesn't really say what. Why he was a criminal. It just says Laurel was a criminal and devil worshiper operating out of East LA.
Mm,
And until his brutal demise at the hands of some person's organization, and that his spirit supernaturally inhabited the Dodge Charger that fell into possession of his Robbie, his nephew, bonding with another. Eli and Robbie became the new Ghost Rider. Eli hid his true nature for Robbie and attempted to corrupt him by feeding his lust for vengeance. Robbie eventually learned the truth about Eli and fought to suppress his uncle's influence while operating as the Ghost Rider. Now, it doesn't say what that true nature is, so it could be that what you were saying, that he was a murderer. But I'm just going off of what I see here. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Hey, Raul. Raul is in the chat. Says looking good. Alright, so let's.
That's one part to connect. What about the other one?
See.
I mentioned this in the bulletin board of Vomitorium Discord, but Stephen Colbert is writing a new Lord of the Rings movie that's basically just a knockoff of Free Run, a show I already don't like. I
Uh,
already have no interest. A show I already have, but he's basically making a knockoff of Free Run writing a knockoff of Free Run as a sequel to a Lord of the Rings. Stephen Colbert.
okay, I know the name from something, but
The the political brain guy, leftist guy from Hollywood. He has a talk show. I think he has like some kind of talk show.
okay. Like I said, I've heard the name, but I don't. I wouldn't even know what talk show or whatever.
But he's gonna the Warner Bros. Is gonna have him spit on Tolkien's legacy by writing a movie sequel to Lord of the Rings. Uh, that already sounds dumb, but it's gonna be a sequel to Lord of the Rings where about about that's basically just ripping off the plot of Free Run, an anime I already don't like already.
Yeah, well, you're probably right. Though, being the liberal that he is, he'll probably ruin it.
Now he's an
Because
ultra political writer guy.
yeah, well,
Uh,
I don't know anything that he's written. Other thing that he's written, you know,
he has a show, so
yeah. The thing is it possible that a liberal writer can write
no, 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 no.
something
You gotta
good?
understand. You gotta understand. It's not that his politics, but his politics is his identity. So that's the thing.
Yeah, but that was sort of my point. Like, is it possible that a liberal person can write something good? Yes. Nowadays, not so much because, like you were saying, they make it a little bit too much of their identity. And actually, you know what? That isn't even bad, really, because a lot of us, our political leanings can be a little bit of our identity or a lot. But if can we get outside ourselves to write decently?
No, he can't.
Eh,
I don't think
yeah,
he can.
yeah.
That
Uh,
and he's also ripping off Freerun, an anime I already don't like, for and making that a Lord of the Rings sequel somehow. Again, how many times you going to just beat this dead horse? This franchise I was never meant to go any more than just the original three books.
or two books
Because
technically.
Warner Brothers,
Well, four books.
you for the Hobby, flew the Hobby in that, yeah,
Yeah,
but
because it is part of that lore.
the
So
Legendarium. Yeah, it's a legend. They're called Legend. Yeah, the franchise is actually called Legendarium, but nobody knows that. If you just know the name Tolkien as the writer, the author. Uh, but it's like you gotta be how many times gonna beat this dead horse? Tolkien himself said that he was working on a sequel to Lord of the Rings at some point, but he said no because there's nowhere else to go with the story. So just listen, stories. So just leave it. Just let it in. You
Yeah,
know,
but
because his son Christopher died, we got his son Christopher was stopping this stuff like this happening for a long time. They had to wait till his son died, so that son passed away, so that they can just do all this stuff and just beat this dead horse.
yeah, and it's really just because they want to make money off of it. That's what it comes down to. It's all about money, and but unfortunately, they're hiring people that can't do anything with it. You know,
Like there's
because
no more story to tell here. I mean, they also doing the Warner Bros. Is also doing the Hunt for Gollum movie. Why does anybody care about this? Does anybody? I don't. Who gives a damn about the Hunt for Gollum? Uh, literally literally something that's so irrelevant they barely mentioned it in the original books.
but the thing
No, no.
is, could somebody possibly write something and do the Lord of the Rings justice? I will say it's possible. Is it highly unlikely? Yeah, probably. But unfortunately, none of the anybody that they're choosing, it's definitely not going to happen because they don't get Tolkien or his thing. Now, yes, Tolkien did not said specifically he did not mean it as an allegory, unlike C.S. Lewis uh, in his books. But uh, I believe his faith did help inspire his writing a little bit or a lot. So, you know, do any of these people understand Christianity enough to do anything with it? I don't think so because they think they know Christianity, and most of them won't even look into it to try and get in his mindset to write it.
Yeah, but the thing is they don't even give a they don't even give a damn about this setting. They only they only want to tell whatever generic fantasy stories then just wrap it in Lord of the Rings name.
Oh, that I agree,
Just put the name.
and because they want to make money. They the Lord of the Rings, they think they can do it and get some money out of it.
But that's it. The last Lord of the Rings movie didn't even make money. They made Warner Bros. Did an animated Lord of the Rings movie. No one cared about that movie. It flopped. So I don't even understand why they think this is gonna make money. Because it's live action. How's that any different?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure what there's been several Lord of the Rings movies, animated movies put out there. So,
The most recent Lord of the Rings movie, the Lord of the Rings spin-off, interquel, whatever nonsense, fan fiction nonsense that they made was animated
yeah,
and it didn't make money. So I ain't get why the hell they even trying again.
because they think it might this time, and or somebody
Uh,
just wants to do an agenda using the Lord of the Rings name attached to it because they think they can get people to you know go along with their ideology if they wrap it up in Lord of the Rings.
But how's that been working for the past 10 years?
Oh, it's not, but somehow they think this time it will work. Because most of these people are not that smart. They think they are, but they're not. Or, they don't learn from their mistakes. It said those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Mhm,
And they don't learn.
mhm.
Their ideology does not work. They think it does. They think everybody else hasn't done it right thus far. That's why it hasn't worked. And well, They think they can do it right
Now,
better than the people
if he just
before
look,
them.
if Stephen Colbert just wanted to rip off Freyr, and he should just make a Freyr and rip off. He shouldn't just rap the Lord, put the Lord of the Rings name on it.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that anime is, so
I don't know. It came super popular for some damn reason. It's about it's JR is JRPG and I think it's like a stereotypical JRPG adventure. But after the adventure ends, the main character is an immortal elf mage, and our best friends, one of her friends is a human. He dies of old age, and then she has to go on this existential quest. The quest is to talk to him again in the afterlife by going on this long journey. Uh, or some after they defeat the demon lord. After they've already defeated demon lord long ago, and then and then they have to it sounds boring as hell, don't it? They've
oh
already defeated Demon Lord in the past, and then now she gonna go on this journey this long journey to meet this dude's ghost again. This dude's soul in the afterlife or something.
yeah, well, and there could be more to it than that. You know, like there's again, it's always as we've said before, it's the execution, and I don't know how well it was executed or not. And maybe it's not going to be executed in a way that I like. Maybe it'll be executed in a way somebody else likes.
And then, well, anyways, and also there's a bunch of monsters called demons. Nothing to do with the afterlife or angels or angels or anything. They're literally monsters who evolved, look just like humans, and on to eat humans. I'm not
Yeah,
making that up. That's literally what quote unquote demons are in Freeman.
yeah. Well,
The
everybody
monsters
want
who,
they want to invent what demons are in their world, if you were world
mm,
universe. They have a right
mm,
to.
I know they have a right. I know they have a right to. But then I'm like, okay, and those are like the main villains that show up in Freeman. But uh, I don't know how you can make that interesting because they don't have positive personality traits. They don't have motivations or anything like that. They just kill people and talk and they look just like humans. That's
Yeah.
base.
Well,
Now, I guess that.
as
But
Alfred said,
the main it's like you ever heard seen gameplay footage of that game? I'm no, I'm not a human.
no, I haven't seen
Uh,
it.
it's that, but yeah, you haven't.
No.
Well, it's that concept, but the main character is overpowered, so that doesn't really mean anything.
Well, so basically, you're saying the game isn't for you.
No. It's not the game. It's all about free rent. It's
Oh,
basically that concept. The monsters, the demons in Free Run, basically that exact same concept. But but in Free Run, the main character is overpowered, so I don't think it really matters.
oh,
It's not like she can't just kill him instantly, so it doesn't matter.
oh. Here we go. Here we go again. Let's see. There we go.
Um, what's the chat saying here?
Nothing. We just got the only thing we have is Raul from like about half an hour ago or something like that saying, "Yo, Poppy Rick, looking good."
Mm.
Nobody's around in the chat for whatever reason.
Now, I'm probably just gonna be jumping to the chat for a while. So
Yeah, no problem.
um see you in the chat.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, Fitzchosa. Hey, Fitzchosa's in the chat. Awesome. Possum. Okay, and I noticed this band thing on his arm here, which we'll have to put there in a bit. And, okay, let's take all these that are. Let's take that out. Out. Translation. And now we want to scale. Okay, so there we go. Let's get the boots in. Denmark is blowing up Greenland runways to stop U.S. military from invading. Oh wow! So Denmark wants to go to war with Greenland. Okay, so I'm gonna add another layer here so we can do the hands. Greenland is a part of Denmark. I thought Greenland was its own country. Is Greenland its own country? Greenland is an autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark and the of the largest of the kingdom's three constituent parts by land area. The other being Denmark proper and the Faroe Islands. Citizens of Greenland are citizens of Denmark. They are. Oh, I did not know that. Just the way everybody normally talks about Greenland, it's like it's its own country. So that's why I thought it was. It does say it's autonomous, so that seems to me it's a little bit of its own country, but not fully. If that makes any sort of sense, which yeah, despite the large landmass, the population of Greenland is pretty small due to it being tundra. Also, most of the populace isn't even white, but Inuit. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter to me. Lots of countries are not populated by white people. Yeah, Trump just wants to invade Greenland because he wants their resources before China gets it. Well, that's definitely possible. Although I don't think China is really trying to invade it to get it. Oh, like I said, I don't. Well, you know what? I get. I wouldn't say he could care less, but he definitely cares more, and it makes sense. It would be more about the American people for sure. They're not Americans, and in a sense, I think any country should care about their citizens first and wanting to do the best by their country. Now, I know that is going to be, there's going to be disagreements on, shall we say, what is necessarily the best for. People have disagreements on what is best, of course, per country or whatever. What does invading Greenland have to do with the American people? They are threatening Americans. This is true. I'm not saying I don't know if he was using their land. You're saying Denmark is blowing up the thing, so Trump can't the U.S. from invading, military invading. Well, I don't know anything that's going on with that situation, so I'm not sure whether he's invading or not. But let's say he is. Countries try to conquer other countries all the time to get more land. They've been doing that since countries have been in existence. Or technically, even before there have been technically countries, people have been invading other people's space to try and gain land. Since, for thousands of years. Now, as for whether it's good for America or not, I don't know. And do they just think he's going to invade for whatever reason? As I know I'm not sure whether he's talked about it physically or not. But ultimately, I don't know what he said or hasn't said. I don't know what's been taken out of context or not context. Heck, I barely was listening to it when he was saying all the crap about Canada, and he's still saying some crap for Canada, I think. You know? Wanting Canada to become the 51st state and all that. Canada doesn't want that. As far as I know, most Canadians don't want that. They like being their own country, or we like being our own country. I still need to color these at some point, and they're not the best, but you know, they'll do for now. But I think maybe I'm gonna end a little early tonight because it's 7:38. I'm done. Not a lot of people here.